Hello again, sorry for that short interruption. My computer decided to blue screen itself, which it has a habit of doing if a Windows update is installed or needs to be installed, so thanks Windows, you're tops. I'm just going to load back into the game and also turn off auto update after this is all done tonight. It will only take me a second to get back into the game. I'm sure Daniel's having loads of fun commentating without me. So hopefully only a moment before I'm back in the game, and I will switch overlay now just to make sure it doesn't screw up. Not going to make that overlay mistake again.
What I do, it seems.
Hello, I'm back. How are you?
Good, because I'm just fumbling around with this.
That's alright.
I accidentally thought Leshrac was attacking his own tower.
So it looks like Queen of Pain got a kill.
He would be doing.
So did he get that kill on Magnus
Yes, she
mid?
did. She got a regen rune and then ultied for the kill.
Ah, excellent. So we can
they've abandoned bottom lane. The Dire have completely abandoned bottom lane.
Yep, and Lone Druid is just
Terrible
farming up in the jungle. No, definitely a good play from Lone Druid there. He knew he couldn't contest the basically he couldn't contest the tri-lane at all. So he's gone into the jungle to get what farm that he can get. This is definitely a lot more potent in lower level games, just because people really won't go into the jungle that much to try and gank. So a really kind of good play from him, realizing that he couldn't do anything there and switching it up so he can still keep his golden experience up.
Completely disagree.
How so?
Completely. This Alchemist now is just snowballing out of control. He's got his Hand of Midas up, and he has had that up for about 2 minutes. That's a 6-minute Hand of Midas.
Guess what's happening to Dire?
Because he's just been getting free farm at the bottom here. He's second on the leaderboard in terms of last hits, only being beaten out by the Queen of Pain, who's on his team. Abandoning an Alchemist like this is just too dangerous. I think the Druid should have called for help rather than abandoning the lane, or at least swapped with someone else.
The thing is, who would he swap with? There's no one that they can no one that they can put in that lane that is able to stand against the tri-lane as it stood. The Shrek has rotated out of it now and did actually pay for it with a death. In fact, going down to Ogre Magi that is being called out by Kit. But really, to take down that Alchemist, they'll need to put at least 2 or 3 heroes down there.
It's not actually a tri-lane though anymore, it's a dual lane.
I know, as I said, Leshrac rotated out.
Has left the lane.
But it looks like he's
Leshrac has left the lane.
But also, they definitely do need to put not someone, but a few people to contest this Alchemist. It'll do a lot more than them trying to get the farm there. It's a lot better to let that Windrunner get the farm than the Alchemist. This tri-lane should probably rotate down, or at least take the Undying Ogre and Lone Druid into that lane.
Yeah, for sure.
But as far as if people are refusing to rotate, which does happen in 5 mans that you aren't familiar with, Lone Druid going into the jungle is better
bottom tower's getting the business.
The Alchemist is going to get the free farm either way.
Definitely a better choice for him. But,
and if the lane control is poor,
late game.
then it's going to go that way. It's going to go the way of the Dire Maul, but...
Yeah, and this Alchemist is just going to push down this tower as well.
The Dire best do something about that
He's
bottom
not actually
tower.
keeping it free farm. He is still getting a lot of farm, but keeping it kind of in that tower and up in the range
What's
here,
with all the scribbling?
it's not as good as free farm.
And Shadow Demon roaming up top. Pop's going to blink in on Liz. Oh, and she goes down.
Liz goes down instantly.
Here comes
The
the
cooldown
cooldown.
comes out,
Nothing.
but no one hit. An entangle out on the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, there is
so
an
this
entangle on the
his
Shadow
death.
Demon, and that's going to be enough.
The shockwave comes out and spells his death.
Queen of Pain
Meanwhile,
going
Queen
in
of
again
Pain
on this
diving
Undying, but
down.
she's in trouble.
The stun will come
She's
out,
going to
and
have to
we've got a
blink
lot
away,
of
but it's not
heroes
going to help against that
coming
rocket.
in. And she does blink sideways. It has confused the
She
Dire.
does
In
find
fact,
the
she's
Dire
found the
courier.
courier. Is she going to be able to kill it? No, the stun hits her. And an entangle first hit into a skewer, and the shockwave is enough to kill off the Queen of Pain.
She instantly buys back. Oh, loves to yiff, loving that buyback, coming back in on this Magnus.
Instantly buys back, but doesn't really appear to do much apart from farm up 3 creeps.
Guess what's happening to Dire's
At this kind of level
it's
where
not
the
really
respawn
worth it.
timer is so low, it's not too much point to do that.
now.
Magnus does also have
that
his
seems like a
arcane
rage
boots
buyback
up now.
The
right there.
Dire best do something about
definitely.
that bottom tower.
Magnus has picked up his mana boots, and Alchemist also picked up his phase boots
Dire
from the
just
side
couldn't
shot.
save that bottom tower.
Unfortunately, not getting the last hit on the tower for Alchemist. It does give your team more gold
Dire's
if you
bottom
miss the
tower's
last hit.
getting the
But
business.
with someone like an Alchemist, you really want that. And the bear gets an
Wasn't
entangle
nice.
at top on the Windrunner, and the Ogre Magi blasts
Dire's
her
mid
down.
towers haven't
Meanwhile, Queen of Pain gets a solo kill on the Magnus in mid. Not even having to pop her one charges. And we already see an Oblivion staff up for the Queen of Pain, so gonna go for that early Orchid. You can really take down either one of the supports early on in a fight, or use it to stop that Magnus.
Dire's
from
mid
RPing.
tower won't last much longer.
Yeah, I think that would also be quite effective against Gyrocopter as well, just because he doesn't seem like a very spell-based hero, but without his abilities,
Dire's
he's
mid
really
tower could
not
use a
all
little
that
help.
dangerous.
Yeah, definitely an early game as it is now. He relies on that Rocket Barrage for so much of his damage that having a silence on him can be brutal for a team fight. And Queen of Pain now has a regen up in her bottle, so maybe looking to be a bit more aggressive here.
Looks
And
like Gyrocopter's going to be hitting the
Dire's
Alchemist with some
mid
flat
tower
cannon
could
at the
use a
bottom
little
here. He's
help.
taking a lot of damage from that.
Down to 250 health, he should really
With
ultimate
no
up and
regen, he's...
the ultimate
Dire's
ultimate
mid
ultimate.
tower's nothing now.
Looks like he's
yeah,
gonna
no,
try
of
and
course.
keep him out.
I meant like with no other regen. Yeah, I'm like, with no other regen, he's going to have to ulti, but yeah.
And
I was getting there.
the middle tower does go down to Queen of Pain. Ooh, the
All five
power
on top
shot
right now.
just missing.
Dire's mid
the,
tower won't last
the
much
lone druid.
longer.
And a lot of zombies coming on the Radiant here, but a few shots from the tower and they're going to go down. Windrunner playing very aggressively here. We see a
Oh,
skill
and the
ring.
RP!
And he
faked
throws
out.
out the shockwave, but doesn't
Taking
throw the
hits.
RP. Queen of Pain comes in,
Faked
but
out
Gyro
there.
is also rotated top.
She's going to get him with this shockwave if it
No.
hits, and it doesn't. It falls a little bit short.
And we see the
Queen of
cooldown
Pain
on
trouble.
Queen of
The
Pain,
cooldown's
but
gonna
she
hit on
blinks
no one.
out. The shockwave is going to be enough to kill off the Shadow Demon.
They're
And that
very
is
low.
the
The Queen
death.
of Pain wants it, and she's going to get a double kill.
Double kill.
Radiant's top tower's in bad
She's
shape.
going to blink forward again. 10 seconds until the ulti.
Stun goes down on Undying, and the power shot is enough
Oh,
to take
she's
her
got to
out.
regen up.
Radiant's top
That bear's
tower's
coming back
hurting.
in though.
I think she should definitely turn and kill this lone druid. She has more than enough regen to do it.
Oh, the
Needs
entangle.
to blink forward, and the ulti will be enough. But it looks like, she shadow strikes first.
Faster than sound.
Oh, quite unfortunately, missing the Magnus just out of range of that ultimate.
And also the bottle charge being
Would have been
instantly
another double
cancelled
kill.
out by a creep, so not enough
Yeah,
mana
a little bit
regen
of
to get
misplay
that
there.
blink scream off.
She's going to find a DD rune at top though.
And Alchemist now farming up the jungle is up to 3k gold. So it looks like we might see him going into a Radiance. No, he has bought something up. He's got an early Hyperstone.
Yeah, his net worth has just slightly eclipsed the Queen of Pains there.
Yep, he's just gone over with the purchase of that Hyperstone.
Oh, but she is now back. So they're good, quite high farm there. A good 3,000 odd above the next highest Dire farmer, which is the Lone Druid.
Guess what's
A little bit of a
happening
gank
to
attempt on
Dire's
Queen of Pain at
bottom
mid, but
tower?
the Skewer is going to miss. She manages to blink away in time.
And Queen of Pain does have her Orchid
The
finished
Dire
up. She
best
just
do
needs
something about that
the
bottom
courier to
tower.
fly it up to her. But right now, the Radiant in quite a commanding lead. They're about
Dire's
7.5
bottom
tower
experience
is
ahead and almost
I just wanna know,
9k ahead in gold.
I just want to point out here, Windrunner doing an excellent job on top lane. Third highest in the farm, which places her still above every single Dire hero. And she's been basically against the tri-lane or quad lane all game.
Yeah, it's a very good
Wow,
play
with
coming
only
out
one
from
death, she's
Sergeant
doing
Doakes
very-
there.
Very good job. Oh, and she's going to be going on this Lone Druid solo, but she's going to back out again. That
gonna
bear, of course,
windrun.
not being able to entangle her while she's windrun.
Doing some more hits. I believe he actually can entangle on a windrun. Just because even though the attack damage misses, it's a kind of
Radiant's mid
prox
tower's
before that.
coming apart.
I swear
Yeah,
I've
but it
seen
adds
some get
evasion
hit
from
before.
all
Yeah, I know, but
No,
it's
that's
not a
evasion
physical
for
attack.
physical attacks. So like if she avoids the physical attack, surely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It procs
can't get
differently
hit by
to it,
the-
just like Basher. And Quap,
Yeah, I suppose.
Quap did take down the Druid. There, I did have it on screen, but not commenting on it.
Oh, she's
the
gonna go
Orchid's
down.
thrown
Ulti
out,
goes on the Magnus.
and that Orchid
2
might be
seconds
enough
until
damage to
blink.
pop him off. It depends if he manages to regen enough, but no, it's not.
Blinks onto the high ground to avoid the faked out shockwave there.
Meanwhile, Liz goes down in the back, maybe looking to
still going
support
on
her
it.
team a bit.
And she's gonna back up. She's
Magnus
getting a bit deep
skewers
there,
into
but she's gonna
base.
find this Undying. You come in to save him,
And
but
just
it's a
look at
bad
that
plan.
auto attack damage. One more blink.
6 in a row.
Even the auto attack enough to take him out.
Dire's mid
So the
towers
Queen of Pain
haven't
doing
Yeah,
a lot of
you-
work
you
now.
do
Now
not
sitting
wanna
at
mess with
8
this
and
one
1.
of the
Queen of Pain.
Dire's structures for now.
And we see the Alchemist almost with his Assault Cuirass finish. He is only 800 gold off getting that.
Now let's just have a look here at Liz's skills here. I don't really play Ogre Magi, so I don't know if this is good. Do you generally avoid the multicast at level 6? Is that what you do?
No, not usually. You want to get that ultimate up as quickly as you can. And also a good note for kind of earlier players is the slow on Ignite actually doesn't scale that well, neither does the damage. It's a decent addition, but it's actually a bit better to skill up that Bloodlust early in the game just because it adds so much attack speed. You can really buff your carry by quite a lot in the early game by grabbing a few levels of that, especially paired with Magnus's and power.
Yeah, that'll probably help out that Lone Druid's bear quite a lot.
Yeah. And we do see
Looks like Windrunner and Queen of Pain are going on top.
We'll see if he can get the line for the Shackle here. Should really Windrun forward.
There he's there to help out.
And the Shackle
and there's
misses.
the pop of the Illusion Rune as well.
But the Orchid and the
That's gonna
simple
take him down.
scream
Now
and
she's going on the
attack
bear.
damage is enough.
They are going to back off a little bit though. They're fearing, as they
Dire's top
should,
tower's
the
getting
Magnus.
beat down.
3 seconds
And
until
Undying
the
coming in.
Orchid's off cooldown. Well, the Shrek
8
comes in,
seconds
gets a
until the Queen of
split
Pain
off her.
ultimate. She's going to be lining it up.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Blinks away from the skewer. Excellent play. Ulti is
And
up.
we
She's
see
going
the
to get
scream
2.
come out on 2. One last hit on the Magnus
forward
and
to
she
get the
gets
Magnus.
it.
2 down.
And the disruption on the Ogre in the
A-click
back
one of those
line.
creeps to stop taking damage.
And the
she's
tower is
staying
quite
here.
low as well.
She's staying for the tower.
Not afraid
Pings
of
are
that
coming out, but
Ogre.
what are they
Dire's
going
top
to do?
tower. You know the drill.
Walks out of the
Dire's got
what's
one
called
last
decay.
top tower.
I keep thinking Decrepify. That's why I keep pausing, because I keep wanting to say Decrepify.
And Queen of Pain takes it out. My Twitch chat isn't popped out anymore. I forgot to start that up again after the blue screen. So I'm gonna pop that out again.
You're getting a lot of blue screens recently, aren't you?
It seems to happen when I'm about 20 minutes into a cast. It'll just do it. As I was saying, I'm quite certain it's due to an update function because it did happen to me a lot before. But instead of blue screening, it would just completely freeze Dota up and I wouldn't be able to get out of it until I control or delete it out.
How bizarre.
It was
Well,
an
that's never a
NVIDIA
good
update
thing.
kind of thing.
Nvidia.
No. But Alchemist now with the Assault Cuirass up, and he's really been left alone by the Dire because Queen of Pain is just giving him so much room to farm. A lot of work being done by this Roman Queen of Pain, who now has a point booster, so looking to go into that Aghanims and is only actually 800 gold off.
Yeah, and that she's just everything will melt. They will just be melting.
It looks like this lone druid is going for an armlet on his bear. He has picked up the blades of attack and the gloves of haste already. Windrunner meanwhile has picked up her 4th
Trouble
staff,
brewing
so
at Radiant's bottom
DD
tower.
damage rune on the Queen of Pain at top.
already the silence
Just waiting out
coming
that
out.
ulti.
The edict popped off, but no one in
Radiant's
range.
bottom
Queen
tower
of
is
Pain
in
blinks
better
forward
days.
aggressively, but is gonna have to back off. There are
3,
just too many
2,
heroes under this
1,
tower.
oh, her ulti is ready.
And the Orchid
Radiant's
as well.
bottom tower ain't a pretty sight
So
right
we
now.
might see them regroup and try and take this top tower.
And the double damage rune still has a bit of time left on it if they can go in pretty soon. She's going to want to save that ulti though and make sure it hits on more than one. No, it is going to run out very soon.
And it is down.
They're nice and spread out here, which is good, keeping safe from that Queen of Pain, who will be looking for the multiple ulti, the multi-ulti.
And the Radiant also staying relatively spread,
top tower.
just to try and not get RP'd by Magnus, basically. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger up just yet. He's about 130 gold off it. Maybe they're trying to delay it a bit just so he can get that farm up from these creeps. They have a lot better initiation, but at the moment unable to really do anything. Ping's coming out from the Windrunner. She wants to get a ward up on that. Yeah, and the ward comes out, but the Dire ward already placed there is going to spot that out. And Magnus now has his Blink Dagger.
Dire's top tower's
You see
getting beat
a
down.
Mithril Hammer picked up by the
Dire
Alchemist,
went and
so
fortified their
he'll
structures.
either be going into a BKB or a Maelstrom.
Dire's top
I really
tower.
love the
No,
Maelstrom.
it'll be a Desolator for sure.
Has lost the top tower.
I don't think he really needs
Just to lower that armor.
the BKB in this game. There's not too much magical damage coming out
Guess
apart
what's
from the
happening
Ogre,
to
and that's
Dire's
only if
bottom
he gets
tower.
very lucky with a multicast. And still not leveling
But she
that
doesn't actually
ult up.
have yet. Interesting skill
The
choices
Dire
there
best
from
do
Liz.
something about their bottom tower.
Maybe
Oh, good though.
choosing
She's
to
actually not.
to level it at 10 and
She's
11.
actually got. She's actually got the equal highest kills though on
Dire's
the
bottom tower's getting
on the Dire
business.
team here. So good plays by Liz.
And Alchemist,
Taking advantage of that interesting skill build.
Alchemist has picked up that Maelstrom, so it's just I think it's about to be flown out by the Radiant Courier. The Windrunner in a very bad spot. Wind runs up, but the stun from Ogre is going to catch her, but they're not going to chase it. Lasting too long, and she gets away very easily. Alchemist up on the high ground, throws out the stun on the Lone Drill, but he gets entangled up. He's going to turn around and try and attack the bear, but the Dire are going to back off.
Why do you think the ogre doesn't just use his swords all the time?
I don't know. Maybe he's
Like
just
he's got swords.
maybe he's just not angry enough. It is chemical rage. Maybe he's just not ragey
Takes
enough.
rage
He's not
to
the
use them
Hulk.
swords. Ogres are like naturally
Dire's
pacifists.
mid
And for some reason,
he's
the
only willing
Maelstrom
to
not
kill
actually
things with his
coming out.
fists.
The Queen of Pain used it to ferry her Aghanim Scepter out, but not picking up the Maelstrom at the same time. So a bit of courier misuse there from the Radiant is going to delay this Alchemist Maelstrom. Not that it matters too much, but just something to always
Shadow
keep in
Demon
mind.
is busy buying an energy booster that's clearly more important than the Maelstrom on the Alchemist. I mean, come on.
Oh, definitely. And he does have those mana boots
just
up
obvious.
now. Queen of
Guess
Pain.
what's
Yes, your
happening
24-minute
about
mana
bottom
boots
tower.
are just much more important.
Gyrocopter
bottom
has
tower.
got his Claymore, but still a good amount
And the
away.
ulti on Creeps!
He also did hit the Ogre, but with that Aghanim Scepter cooldown, it's really not a big deal. It's a 40-second cooldown for a 725 damage nuke.
Dire's
It's quite
bottom
insane.
tower's getting the
You can
business.
actually use it for the
Yeah,
harass there.
that is an excellent spell. Not as good as, say, a Skywrath Mage, but it's pretty good. I love that hero.
He does have his niche pick kind of area for a lot of single target damage
He's awesome. He's so much fun.
there. Don't blow your load.
His ulti just melts things.
Unfortunately, though, his ulti does
Skywrath
spread the
and
damage
Venge,
of anyone in the
ATP.
area. There's a
Tower
smoke up from the
taking
Dire here.
difficulties.
It looks like they're going to try and wrap around the mid lane. Probably go down
The
this
Dire
way.
couldn't hang
But
on to
the
that mid
tower
tower.
already taken out. They may have to shorten it and cut across, and it looks like they're doing so. Liz breaks the invis of the smoke and able to find the Windrunner. But the Windrunner getting off an excellent shackle and one Queen of Pain also, and and a power
The
charge enough
cooldown.
to take him down. Cooldown hits on the track, and Gyrocopter should be able to take him out in the back row.
Oh, love to
Putting
yiff.
the
Once
stun on.
Kripzy.
But the demonic
Kripzy.
purge taking out Dr. Alco, and a beautiful split
She takes
earth,
him down.
and he's going to turn it around, and the Shrek takes down the gyro almost single-handedly.
Oh, that.
And that's a
Loves
4
to
for
hear
0
just
second.
farming these heroes. And she goes on the mid lane druid. Oh, he's in trouble.
A bit of
He's a
mismicro
sad
from the
bear.
bear
The
there.
Dvalletious
Locks it out
are
and
now
kills
bottom
off
tower.
Dota.
Is the best.
Loves to Yiff just
I
taking
believe
his
she
team
just got the
apart.
gold for the bear as well.
And the Shrek goes down to the Ogre Magi stun.
And she's going
But
on Liz. Oh,
Queen of Pain
run,
is
Lizzie.
going to be just food
Oh,
here.
no.
And now the Undying in a bad spot as well. The ultimate gets thrown out and
The ulti
catches
gets out.
it on the edge. This Queen of Pain up at
That was the
4.1k
sound
damage.
of your
An interesting part about the score, sitting at 16-1 with only 1 assist. So really picking up on all of these kills.
Her net worth has, for the moment, eclipsed the Alchemist.
And that is an Alchemist with a
not bad.
hand
This
of
is
Midas.
This is a Hand of Midas. Technically, he has a Maelstrom, even though it still hasn't made it to him.
It looks like he's going to buy up the full Mjolnir actually with the cash that he has.
Dies
Except not buying the Mjolnir
Might as
recipe
well.
before sending the courier out, so it's going to have to go back to base if he wants that.
No, it's going to Leshrac, who's bringing his wards.
Okay.
Excellent. I just love the use of the courier on the for the Radiant here. Very very team focused wards. Very important to your team. Got to get them highest priority. 100%.
Definitely. And Windrunner has also picked up a Scythe of Vice. So we're going to see even more Disable coming out from this Radiant team with the Orchid, the Silence, the Disruption, the Split Earth, the Shackle Shot, the Alchemist Stun, the Demonic Purge.
They're all just going to be silent sheep runabout. That's it.
And I believe the Alchemist has picked up his Mjolnir recipe. It is in the stash. So the courier is going to go pick it up, and he actually has the Hyperstone on himself. So really just needs that Maelstrom and recipe to come out to him now.
Oh, and I just want to point out that Leshrac was not actually
Dire
bringing
might
those
want mine
wards.
in the top
He was
tower.
bringing himself a vitality booster. So, not quite as team focused as I initially thought from Ohnno there.
And Queen of Pain.
Going.
Queen of Pain
Oh,
has
here's
picked
the
up a
moment.
Divine Rapier.
He has his Mjolnir.
And Queen of Pain has a Rapier as well. The RP coming in from Magnus, but he gets silenced before he can spew it out. And
2
look at
hits from
this!
the Queen of Pain.
Look at this Divine Rapier
Oh, is
damage.
the ulti gonna come out?
Oh, the ulti
Hits on
just
3.
hits on 3. Look at the damage. Takes down the tombstone in 2
1,
hits.
2,
And
3.
look at that auto
Kill.
attack damage. It's an ultra kill for Queen of Pain.
Ultra kill. She's gonna be upset she didn't get the rampage there.
Hitting for 490 damage before armor
Radiant put all roof down.
and not picking up the
Plus-
Aegis. A very ballsy
Plus the
move there.
725. Plus the 725 damage ultimate. And a $300
$300.
$300 AOE attack.
Yo, money at you!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Coins just spray from her now.
Partial to that mid tower.
And look at these Raxes just
Structure
melt
is
under the
fortified.
Assault Cuirass, Mjolnir of the Alchemist, and the Divine Rapier of the Queen of Pain. There's absolutely no stopping
She
this
is
Radiant
rich enough
team.
that she could throw her money
2
instead of
shots
daggers.
is enough for the Everest.
Wow.
Gets his triple kill.
Ulti and
Oh,
on
look
Dr.
at
Alco.
this. Just a blink forward will
And
be
he's gonna
enough to
charge
take
in a
out-
fountain just to escape.
Gonna go on the bear here. We do see a wind run forward. And look at the damage come out. The Alchemist gets the last hit on the drill. And this team are just getting taken apart. There is nothing they can
Queen
do.
of Pain.
35k
at the-
experience ahead for the Radiant side. And 35k gold. This is just a
Dire's
stomp.
mid tower's having technical difficulties.
This has turned into quite the stomp.
And I think the Dire really need
Dire
to
could
lay back
hang
and
on
just
that
let them
mid
take this
tower.
out. The
Dire's
silence
mid
coming
tower
out the
is
Magnus. There's
well.
no running for him this
They're
time.
like
The ultimate
15 in a
hits
row.
Lisbeen. One more last hit
Liz
is
is
going
gonna
to get the
escape
kill.
back into
Is he
fountain,
gonna-
but will it last?
Oh, a lot of damage coming
She'll
out.
blink away
but
just to be
blinking
safe.
away.
I want to see her one-hit this rocket.
Dire's mid tower
Do it.
is up now. The Dire's ancient.
Oh, some very ballsy plays there. They're going to pay for it with their lives. Look at the Scythe just going for the last hit now.
For the Dire's ancient.
And the Ancient is going to go down. 25-1-3 for the Queen of Pain. And that is good game. Windrunner picking up the Orchid in the base of the Dire. Fully bought up. And that will be it for our game 1.
Wow. I mean, man of the match here clearly goes to Liz Bean. Getting the most kills there on the Dire side. Good game, Liz. Good game.
Making the best of a bad luck. And just look at that
Terrible
GPM.
skill build.
Look at that GPM. 767 on the Queen of Pain. Beating out a Hand of Midas Alchemist on an interesting 659 GPM. That could have been a lot higher from him, seeing as he did have free farm in the lane in the early Midas. Really kind of...
That's got to have been slowed down by that Mjolnir not getting there for
and
ages.
also suffering from the decision to skill up 3 points in stun with only having 1 in his gold when he was getting uncontested farm in that lane.
Yeah, that's really a gank-heavy build. I just want to point out as well here, Liz, most kills, 6 last hits.
Almost as many
Literally
kills as
doing
last
that
hits.
on
That is a
raw
good
boots.
showing.
Literally doing that on boots, a single branch,
And a mantle,
and a mantle
of
of
intelligence.
That's it.
That's some ballsy play there.
Spectacular play. Right there.
Honorary
That's saying,
balls to the
fuck
wall
items,
from Liz.
Fuck farm, my hero is good enough.
And just an absolute thrashing coming out from Radiant there. So that is a good game. We'll go into the next
GG.
when the lobby comes up.
For sure.